y'all. Today I'm going to cook some sourdough bread. So I'm excited, and you're going to be excited because it's so easy. It is so easy that anyone can do it. Now, you need a kitchen scale. You need whole wheat flour, bread flour, salt, and water, and a sourdough starter. So yesterday I prepared my leaven, is what it's called. The leaven is sourdough starter with flour and water. So I left it sitting overnight, and then you're going to want to put the entire thing into your mixing bowl. It's super easy to do if you use a mixing bowl. Just use your bread hook, and that's it. So I have all my leaven in there. So now, some people say you're not supposed to add salt at the beginning. Well, I don't agree. Nothing happens when you just go ahead and add the salt, and people disagree on that. So now I've got 117 grams of this sourdough starter. Now I need to hit tare, and I need 375 grams of white bread flour. And it does make a difference the kind of flour you use, because the difference is in how much water it holds. So I need 375 grams, and that's probably about 3 cups, 4 cups. Now I'm getting close. 370. $375 grams of bread flour. Now I need to add my whole wheat flour. And for the whole wheat flour, I need 125 grams. So I don't know what just happened. My scale's adjusted. So I ended up with too much. All right, 375 grams of bread flour. Now I need 125 grams of whole wheat flour. And just press that button before you start measuring the next ingredient. It's super easy. And 25 grams. Now I'm going to add my salt. I need 10 grams of salt. All right, 10 grams of salt. Now I need 350 grams of warm water. All right, that's my water. Now, that's all there is to it. Put it your mixing stand, use your bread hook, and you just want to mix until it's all holding together. So then you're going to let the dough rest for 3 to 5 hours. Alright, it's in a bowl. I'm going to cover it with a clean towel. Have a cup towel. And this is going to sit for 3 hours. I'm going to go set a timer, and then I'll come back and show you what we do next. Hey y'all, so the bread has been sitting here covered for 3 hours now, and so it's time, you can tell it's real smooth and pretty, it's time to knead it for just a little bit. If you're going to do it by hand, kind of slap it and fold it, you can do it in the mixer. If you're doing it by hand, slap it and fold for about 6 minutes. I'm going to do it in the mixer for about 1 minute. Turn it up pretty high. To get it down off the top of the beater. So I'm going to take my beater off of it. I'm through with that. And I want to let it sit and rest for 30 minutes. So we have to wait for 30 minutes. I'll set my timer and then I'll come back. Okay, 20 minutes has passed. My sourdough is sitting in my mixing bowl just like this. And now it's time to start doing the folds on it. And try to show you what I do now. I've got a cup of water here to keep my hands wet so that I don't stick to the dough. And you just take it and pull it up and fold it over. And you go around the circle, turn your mixing bowl around, and make sure you get on all 4 sides. Now, by the time when you're working on it, you're making it stronger. So it becomes harder and harder to pull up and fold over. So that's all you do. You do it on 4 sides, and then you let it rest for 30 minutes, and then you'll do it again. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So we've done our folds once. We're going to do them one more time and then wait 30 minutes. Then we'll get it out of the bowl. But for right now, I'm going to do my stretch and folds. You can see it's relaxed since the last time I did it. Each time you fold, it gets a little bit harder to fold. So that's it. Now we're going to wait for 30 more minutes, and then we'll take it out of the bowl. Okay, y'all, the fun part begins now. This is pretty easy. Our bread is not as sticky as it was. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my counter. Spread it around a little. I'm going to take my dough out of the bowl. Just pull it out now. I want to put a little bit of flour on my hands. And what I want to do is fold the dough back and forth. Notice it gets a little bit harder to stretch. That's because the gluten has done its thing, whatever it is it does. So I'm going to let this rest for 20 minutes. And then I'll come back, and I think at that point it's time to get it into my Banneton. My Banneton is just a basket that's used to proof the dough in. So set my alarm for 20 minutes. All right, and I'll come back. Okay, y'all, it's been sitting on my counter for 20 minutes now, and I'm gonna try to fold it some more. It's really tight, so that's a good thing. That means you're ready to put it in your proofing basket. And I've got flour in my basket, and I'm going to place it seam side up so that this is the part that will end up on the bottom in your cake pan. So I've got it in my basket, just that easy. My basket has a little bit of flour, not a lot, because it stays on the bread when you bake it. Now I'm just pinching and folding into the middle. I just pinch, kind of pull up and fold across. Now I'm going to let this rest for 1 hour. And I'm going to go ahead and get my oven heated to 450 degrees. So while my oven is heating, I want my Dutch oven to be inside of it heating as well. So I will come back in an hour and put the bread in the Dutch oven and in the oven. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so the time has come to put the sourdough in the oven. Couldn't be any easier, it just takes a little time throughout your day. But I have my Dutch oven. Dutch oven, and it's ready to go. I'm going to turn out my bread onto I'm making tomato soup, onto my parchment paper, and it looks just beautiful. So I'm going to score it with this lawn and put a pretty design on the top. That's it. So I'm gonna put this inside of my Dutch oven. I have the Pampered Chef enameled Dutch oven. Put the lid on. My oven is preheated to 450. Now I'm going to cook it for 20 minutes with the lid on. 20 minutes with the lid on, and then I'll cook it for 25 minutes with the lid off. So I'll set my timer for 20, and then I'll come back to you and show you what a beautiful loaf it is. Okay, the bread is ready. I've taken it out of the oven. It's nice and brown. Make sure you wear gloves. That Dutch oven is hot. Look at this loaf of bread. This loaf of bread is a piece of art. And you saw how easy it is. It takes a little time. It takes a day at home to take care of it, but how fun that is on a Saturday, you know. So, oh, it smells so good. Okay, so I'll have this for breakfast in the morning. Thank you. Y'all come back.